So this one I think is pretty interesting. It's an RV garage with 2 cars also attached. So it's a big space, about 1,200 square feet. And basically I'm just going through, I decided to do a black epoxy on the curb wall here. So I just started with that. So we've done all the grinding. Went through this with the grinder, and then, of course, vacked and cleaned it all up. And once I got the curb wall done with the black base epoxy that I'm putting down now, I then went out on the floor and started pouring out the base moisture vapor barrier epoxy for this metallic job. And you can see I'm just using a rake on this. And basically going around and just trying to make sure that it's even, and then I'll come back and just roll through this to make sure that it's even more even. So I kind of did this in sections. I measure off, so I basically say, okay, well, I'm trying to do approximately 75 per square feet, 75 square feet per gallon. So I just kind of start measuring that off with blue tape, and you'll end up seeing some of it on the walls. Just as markers to know where to pour out. This one was interesting because it had a slope toward the front, and I don't know if you can see it, but that epoxy in the picture is moving, and it's just trying to roll toward the front. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but not too bad. So I'm literally just trying to get this all spread out, go around the edges, and then basically just spread this out on the field. So this is a moisture vapor barrier epoxy base, black, and this will have to dry overnight. And then I'll come back the next day, and you can see I have this section done, and then I'll getting ready to pour out another section here in a second. And then basically just got the whole thing covered, and this will end up drying overnight. And then I'll come back in the morning and screen this with a 150 grit screen, and then start pouring out the decorative coat. The decorative coat application is about 45. Ooh, almost fell there. And I think again, yep, almost again. And I've never fallen into the epoxy, which is pretty amazing because I think on every floor I slip. I had a coworker fall in it once, actually, on a big Mexican restaurant that we did. And he just kept going, basically just got up, took his OtterBox off his phone, and kept going. So basically here I'm just doing a straight 45. So I'm pouring out aluminum, some Onyx, and some Snow White. And the best part of doing a black base is I think the best part of it is that it reveals all of the flaws in the floor. Because on this floor I filled the expansion joints in the garage floor, and so I wanted to try to get that as perfect as possible with the grinder and hand grinder, but also need to have that be almost perfect to put decorative, metallic epoxy on it. So I like using a black base because it reveals every single flaw on that floor. And on this one, it was about another half day of patching and repairing further once the black moisture vapor barrier base epoxy was on, and that's on thick. So if you see errors after a thick base of epoxy, those will likely reveal when you get the decorative coat put on. All right, final day at the RV garage. I always get a little nervous when the product just sits overnight. You're like, oh, I wonder what that's going to look like in the morning. But this thing is, well, you can decide. It's incredible. I'm going to turn this around and show you. So this is walking into the garage. That's the RV space. And then that's the garage space over there. But look at this thing. It's almost unreal. Wow. Wow, this is really pretty. Man, amazing. So then what I'll do today is look at these blue accents. Well, might have to get a little more sun. Let me get over here in the sun and show you some of these blue accents. Yeah, look at this. It's really, really amazing. Really incredible. And then what I'll do is I'll grit this off. I'll just light grit this off and then I'll top coat it. It's pretty amazing. Wow. Really good. So this is just walking up to the garage. I just want to give the perspective of what it looked like when you were going up to the garage. And look at those ocean blue accents, are just phenomenal. It came out really good. I had to stop myself from putting more in because I liked it so much when I was pouring it out. But they came out very nice. When you're doing accents, just be careful because you can overdo it and then it kind of takes the artistic value of it out. But this one came out really nice. I like it a lot and it's gorgeous and the customer was very, very happy.